is again one of the most beautiful moments in our lives when we travel together, and especially when we understand that we are doing this, we travel between the dream and the destination. Because this life is nothing else than a journey, and this journey is between the dream of God with our lives and the destination, the fulfillment of that dream. Today, we are going to understand the importance of personal preparation. And your questions sound like this: what can you do with the feeling of depression and hopelessness? Did you hear about people being alone in a crowd? Yeah, you heard about that. Being alone in a church, being alone in your own family, being alone, being isolated. Did you hear about those people learning and hearing stories of prosperity and success about all the other people around themselves, but their own person or their own lives? They seem to be the only one left out or left behind. But is this feeling true? Your question that says, what can you do with this kind of feeling, shows that the feelings of depression and hopelessness and loneliness, they are real. But that doesn't matter that they have to be dominant or they have to master your life. No, there is something above anything of this kind, namely the hope that God can turn this hopelessness or depression or loneliness, He can turn this into blessings for your life. Joseph had long years of meditation, deep thinking on God's ways and on his own life. But beloved, mark something. You cannot do for others what you refuse to do for yourself. No, Jesus said it's a law. You will never love other people more than you love your own life. If you don't respect and love your own life, whatever you will pretend doing for others doesn't stand. It's not true. They are together. They work together. And only when you show respect and care for your own life, then you show real respect and care for other lives around you. Many times we think that we live on an island. We're separated. My life is... No, there is no person that would be an island. Everybody is connected with everybody. So this kind of situations that we are facing every single day has a direct and personal connection with the level of preparation that we experience in our own life. And you remember that Adam saw the nature of God, the splendid nature of God. But he felt lonely, and God said, it's not good for a man to be alone. You notice that in the day when Pharaoh put Joseph in power and gave him his ring, in the same day, he founded a family. He was a kind of godfather for Joseph. He offered him maybe the best, most beautiful woman in the country of Egypt. And Joseph had a family. And this is what I would love to read with you in these verses as an answer to your question. And unto Joseph were born two sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for he said, God made me forget all my toil. How can you forget this? Yeah, you forget if you have something more important to remember. Sometimes our lives are dominated by what happened in the past. We take them with us and we dwell on them, we feed on them, our thoughts are fixed on them, what happened in our past. Tragedies or suffering or injustice or different kind of things, we take them with us in life. You know, C.S. Lewis said that life, our life, is not like a railway where you leave the railway station behind you. You take them with you. No, we don't have amnesia. We don't forget what happened. They are real to us. But the question is, what place do they occupy in our lives? Are they simple memories, or they are the masters of our lives? Joseph founded a family in Egypt, and the name of his firstborn was Manasseh. And he explained, only God can help make a man to forget this kind of past that I had. Not forgetfulness like losing out of mind, out of sight what happened, because as soon as he saw his brothers, he remembered everything. Of course, everybody. You can pretend that you don't remember. They are there. But it's a world of a difference between a memory torturing you or a memory that directs your thoughts to God when you see the hand of God in what happened, not in what happened. What happened is just an incident. The hand of God in that incident is the most important thing to remember. So God made me forget all my toil. When you look at the trajectory of Joseph's journey, you are literally amazed. From the slave market to the throne of Egypt. That's hard even to imagine. But beloved, this could not have been possible ever if Joseph would not have broken his ties with his past, if he would have continued to dwell on the injustice, on criminal thoughts of his brothers, of the injustice of being sold as a slave in the market, of the injustice of the testimony of that lady who said he intended to commit adultery with him, with her, and for what happened in that prison, for that ungrateful cupbearer that kept him for 2 years in prison and forgot of him, and he never dwelt on that. No. You can take the memory with you, and you must take it. But don't forget that the most important thing is not what happened, but who was with you in what happened there. That's living on the throne of your heart. Joseph would have never been Joseph without cutting his ties with the memories of the past affecting his present life. How many times we let our past to ruin our present and our future? And many people live like victims for the entire life because they never severed their ties with what happened in the past. I talked with a lady recently, and she went through a very dirty and unimaginable situation. I don't want to give details, but she said, she's in her 60s now. She said, I remember this every morning and I cry. I cannot but start my days crying. I told her that, yeah, this is natural, but for a person like you that know God, there is a beautiful possibility. Did you try to come before God and ask Him to liberate you, to take you out of the prison of your past? She said, no. I tried to survive in that prison of my past, but I didn't think on asking for my liberation. I thought that I will live and die in the prison of my past. I said, no, lift up your head. Your past, it's gone. Your future, it's coming. And your future needs room in your heart. If your heart is full with memories from past and emotions, there is no room for what God prepared. And then the second son, he named Ephraim and said, God caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Yes, God can make you fruitful in the land of your affliction. And this is my prayer for today. And this is my hope that we'll adopt God's dream for us, that wants to make us fruitful in the land of our affliction.